Welcome to the party, pal. Your for the neighborhood Mastercast back with you once again. It's time to crack into another six-pack, and now that the Barnes & Noble's July 2021 50% off sale for Criterion is ongoing, I thought we'd spotlight Criterion.
Back from the dead.
Oh, I love a yummy six-pack. Let's dive right in and open up our first can of movie whoop-ass with Jabberwocky. This is a Terry Gilliam film, or Terry Gilliam, however you choose to pronounce it. I will say this right off the bat, just to make it easier and so not to make this video 800 hours long, I'm going to give you a thumbs up or thumbs down when it comes to these movies. Again, my opinion. I'd love to hear yours in the comments down below. Jabberwocky tries very, very hard to be a Monty Python film. As a matter of fact, it was shot right between, right between Holy Grail and Life of Brian. So it's trying very hard to be a Monty Python type of film. It even stars Michael Palin. Of course, Terry Gilliam directed those films. But the secret sauce in those Monty Python films is missing here. I can't say I was disappointed. No, I can say I was disappointed, but I can't say it's a bad movie. I'll put it that way. It's not a bad movie. It's fun. There's some clever little things in it. It's got its funny little bits, but it's nowhere near a Monty Python type of experience, which is a shame. Michael Palin is trying his admirable best to save this movie, to give it any kind of life, to give his character any kind of semblance of somebody to root for. But the film just drags. It drags, and it's not even that long. It's like 105 minutes. It's not very long, but the scenes feel so drawn out and lengthy, and they seem to be beating these lame jokes to death. To the point it's just cut away. Why are we still in this scene? What is this scene about? Why are we still here? That's the problem. The movie feels very cloying, claustrophobic, and drawn out, and that's a shame. Because there was so much promise here. I cannot recommend Jabberwocky, so it's going to be a thumbs down. But I'm not hating the fact that it's in my collection and probably something I may revisit down the line. But I can't recommend it. So thumbs down for Jabberwocky. Next up is one I can definitely recommend, and that is Speedy. Oh my God. Harold Lloyd. One of the greats. And there's a reason. Because he's fucking good. He's really fucking good, and he's very fucking likable. And his characters are very likable. Now, they all had a shtick, these silent film guys. Buster Keaton was sort of like, the beaten down sad sack kind of character. Charlie Chaplin was the tramp. The no good tramp who could never could never succeed kind of a person who, was always on the run from the law. That kind of character. Harold Lloyd was sort of the epitome of the characters of that era, of the American male of that era. He's the go-getter with big dreams and high hopes. He wants to succeed no matter what. He's not going to let anything stand in his way. And it's that kind of American spirit that is really thriving in all of his movies. And Speedy is a perfect example of that. This is a silent film. I want to get the year right for you. 1928, 86 minutes. It's the story of a young man who has big dreams. He has a fiance he wants to impress. He's trying his best to, hold down a job and maybe have enough money to marry her, and they can move into an apartment and start their life together. But he keeps getting fired. He's just not very good at his job because he's sort of addicted to baseball, and that interrupts his work schedule, for lack of a better word. I don't want to give too much away. His fiance has a grandfather who owns the last horse-drawn rail car in New York, and it's under threat by this big conglomerate that wants to put in electric trains or whatever, and he decides to take it upon himself to save the grandfather's horse-drawn carriage business, and that is the bulk of the movie. Him trying to sort of keep the old ways while keeping the integrity of his fiance's family and the integrity of the neighborhood and the people involved. It's all about the neighborhood too. There's a big element here that involves the neighborhood and what it means to say goodbye to the old things, embrace the new things. There's a lot of layers to this movie that I don't have time to unpack right now, but it's a pretty great movie, pretty great experience here. The standout sequence, of course, is when Harold Lloyd takes his fiancée to Coney Island, and there's a lot of memorable stuff in that sequence. I think it's about 10, maybe 15 minutes of the movie, but it's so great, so fun, and I don't even want to spoil it right now. I might be showing clips and stuff from the trailer, but so good, really enjoyable. If you've never seen a Harold Lloyd movie, start with Speedy. I think he's gonna charm the pants off of you. Thumbs up on this one for sure. Number 3, or can 3, if we're gonna continue with that metaphor. A Band of Outsiders. This is Jean-Luc Godard's heist movie. Essentially, it's about 3 knock-around young kids that decide to rob the house of the girl. There's 2 boys and a girl. The girl is like an assistant, a maid, some kind of live-in helper or something to this rich person, and the boys sort of like coerce her into letting them into the house so they could rob the safe of this rich woman. But it's not, I would say, the plot of the movie. The plot of the movie isn't really the robbery, it's more them hanging out. And I think for better or worse, that might lose a couple people, but you have to understand, this is from Godard, and this is about as linear of a plot as ever you'll get from a Godard movie, because most of his movies are very unique. If you've seen Breathless and things like that, you know his movies sort of go in different directions, and his movie certainly goes in different directions, but it always seems to be aiming at this heist, which is the finale of the movie. The cast is amazing. I want to make sure I get their names so I can pronounce it correctly to the best of my knowledge. You have Sammy Frey, Claude Brasseur, and of course Anna Karina, who is the girl in here. She is beautiful, quite attractive, quite lovely young lady. And the movie is essentially a heist movie, but do keep in mind that it is also about a bunch of young people hanging out in France, and 2 of them fall in love, and there's that situation, and there's heartbreak and heartache, and it all takes place, I want to say, in a day. It's a day or two. It's not real time, but it certainly feels like it. It's from 1964, 95 minutes, a boatload of features. I'll open this up for you, by the way. I'll show you the other things. You get a booklet with this one, a nice, really thick booklet here about the movie. It's a thumbs up. If you've never seen a Godard movie, this is a good entry point, because it's not one of his super weird ones, but it'll give you a good flavor for the kind of movies he makes. You know what I didn't show you? Let me go through this real quick. Speedy has kind of not a booklet, but it's got a pamphlet type of thing with an essay on the man, the myth, the legend. Jabberwocky has a booklet? No, it's a pamphlet. It's a pamphlet with writing on the movie as well. And this, if I'm not mistaken, does come with commentary from Terry Gilliam and Michael Palin. They do commentary on that. So actually, I'll probably rewatch for that. So that is the first 3. Before I do the next 3, the last 3 in our 6-pack, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you do, well, my friend, you'd make my day, because this has been such an honor, just sharing some time with you, talking movies. I hope, I truly hope we get to do it again, and leave me a thumbs up on this video. If you're old here, welcome back. Drop me that thumbs up, my friend. It's good to see you. Let's get on with the rest of this 6-pack. Next, we're going to stay in France with Panique, directed by, I want to make sure I get this correct, because I hate butchering names, Julien Duvivier. I think I got that fairly close. Panique is a very, very interesting movie. Essentially what you have here is sort of a murder mystery crime thriller about a mysterious individual that everyone in the town suspects is a murderer. He falls in love with a woman who happens to know the murderer, and a series of double crosses and setbacks and traps and blackmail. I don't want to give too much away, because I think this is a very unique type of thriller. It's one that from the beginning, you wouldn't really picture it as a thriller. You don't really even know where it's going. A body has been found. Who killed this woman? Why was this woman killed? The whole town, it's a small town in France, is rife with rumors, and then our story develops from there. I don't want to give too much away because I feel that would be a disservice to the movie, and it would taint your experience. All I'll say is Panique is fantastic. It's got a shocker of a finale. Thumbs up, not just for the video, but for Panique. It is very, very good. Black and white from 1946. It runs 98 minutes. Really fantastic movie. I think you're going to enjoy yourself. It's a very, very surprising movie with a hell of a goddamn finale. One that I was like, they're not going to go there. And they went there. And, well, I'm not going to say too much. But Panique, thumbs up. Check this one out. Don't let this one pass you by. You're going to have a good time with that one. Number 5, Gregory Peck in The Gunfighter. I've talked about this movie before, but I wanted to shed some more light on it. This is a fantastic Western, very revisionist Western for its time. I believe it's 1950, 84 minutes, directed by Henry King. This is a movie about an aging gunfighter played by Gregory Peck, who's just sort of given up the life. He doesn't want to shoot anybody. He just wants to be on his own, get a farm and just be alone. And he goes to the small town. The problem is every time people know who he is, they challenge him, like, oh, he's here, oh shit, let's they say he's fast, I'm gonna try him out. And he ends up having to kill somebody because he's fast and he doesn't want to fucking die. He goes to the small town to reconnect with his estranged wife and their son. He hasn't seen his son in forever, and he wants to reconnect with them and maybe get back into their lives and leave gunfighting behind. Of course, that becomes difficult. He becomes sort of entrenched in this bar, waiting to hear from his wife, while the rest of the town sort of circles around the bar, and various, wannabe gunfighters try their luck on him. It's a slow-moving Western, I'll say that. It's not what I would say the ultimate Western or the prototypical Western. There's some opening vistas here and there, but it's very much almost a stage play in the way it's photographed, the way it's staged, the way it's blocked. So don't go expecting The Man with No Name type of stuff. It's a very small, quiet, intimate Western set predominantly in this bar, but it packs a punch. It's got a great finale, and it sort of speaks more towards the heart, the poetry of the cowboy life, of the gunfighter life, than actually showing gunfighting. As a matter of fact, I think there's only one or two gunfights in the movie. It's not a very bloody or action-packed movie, but that's not the point of the movie. The point of the movie is to have this man, this murderer, reconcile his past and try to move forward with a new lease on life, which can be quite difficult, and it proves to be so. Gunfighter, really fucking good. Thumbs up on that. You will enjoy the hell out of that. And something else you'll enjoy the hell out of, if you have not seen it, last on our 6-pack, Hausu, as it's pronounced. This is directed by, I'm gonna butcher this one, Nobuhiko Obayashi's Hausu. How to describe this movie? I saw this in theaters before I was, entrenched, I should say, deep, balls deep, if you were, into Japanese cinema. This was my introduction to Japanese cinema. Watching this, coming in cold, having seen nothing else like it, is like turning 21 and your first shot of alcohol is Everclear. It blew my mind. As a matter of fact, it was so outside the realm of understanding for me that I didn't like it. I was like, what is this? It's so fucking strange. I kind of hate this. But I slept on it, and it took me a couple of years to really think about it. And then when I revisited it, I realized, wow, this is a pretty landmark film when it comes to Japanese cinema, or cinema in general of the time. This is from 1977, 88 minutes. It's a very, very, very weird haunted house movie. It's about a bunch of girls. They go on vacation. They all have stupid names, like Fantasy. Oh gosh, what's the other one? There's Fantasy, Melody. I think they all have kind of stupid names like that. Like, not real names. Like, they're named after what they like. I think one of them likes to eat. Her name's like Chunks or something. I forget. I don't think it's Chunks, but it's something along those lines. I know Fantasy is like the main girl, and they go to spend the summer at her aunt's house. It turns out her aunt's house is super fucking haunted, and they fall prey to all these crazy ghosts, which involve floating heads that bite girls on the ass. You know what? I'm not even going to go any further because I want you to experience this fun house of madness completely blind as possible. I might show some images from a trailer here and there just to give you a taste, but I don't want to tell you too much about the plot because I feel, again, it's a disservice to the film and the experience. It should be as pure as possible. House is not for everybody. You're not going to like it if you've never seen this type of movie before. It will blow your mind. Like I said, it's like instead of doing Bud Light as your first alcoholic drink, you go for Everclear. It will fuck you up, and it will certainly redefine your taste in movies. But it is a worthy watch. It is a wild watch. It is a fun watch. It has so much energy. There's so much energy coursing through this movie. Not just the way it's directed and the shots and the acting and the performances, but there's just so much aliveness going on with this movie that it just deserves to be watched. It deserves to be experienced. That's the best way to put it. House, thumbs the fuck up.
You're goddamn right.
That'll do for Six Pack, Jack. Let's go through it one more time. House, thumbs up. Gunfighter, thumbs the fuck up. Panique, thumbs up. Band of Outsiders, thumbs up. That's a good introduction to Godard. Speedy, super thumbs up. Great introduction to my buddy Harold Lloyd. Jabberwocky, thumbs down. I don't think it's going to be for everybody unless you really want everything by Terry Gilliam. Then go ahead and get Jabberwocky. That has been your Criterion 6-pack. I hope you're enjoying the sale. Now, whether it's 2021 or not, I hope you're checking this out and it's giving you some suggestions. If it has, let me know in the comments down below. If you've seen those, like them, hate them, let me know. Two-way conversation always here on Master Chaos TV. My friend, I love you. As a matter of fact, I love you just the way you are. Please, take care of yourself. I hope to see you again soon. Remember to leave me a thumbs up on the way out the door. Until we meet again, this has been your friend Neighborhood Master Chaos signing off for now.